Hey, this is Jonathan, your GM for Demon Dayz, an actual play podcast with a focus on fiends and the friends who play them. We'll jump into the game shortly, but I wanted to give a couple shout-outs first at the top of the show. We've got Arcanite, our sponsor from the beginning. Their maps, props, and minis make our game a delight, and you should really go check them out. Also want to give a shout-out to KiloWhat, who has done our character art for the campaign, and it's awesome, amazing, badass. Seriously, our horny heroes never looked so good. You can find all her stuff at thebibliotaph.blog over on Instagram and KiloWhat_art on Twitter. Do yourself a favor and give her a follow. Now, 2020 didn't happen quite like we intended. And what that means is we didn't get to go to any conventions or see you guys out and about anywhere. Because of that, we have a ton of stickers just chilling, waiting for their forever home. So tell you what, head on over to your podcast catcher of choice. Give us a little review. Show us that review by sending it over to thesedemondayz@gmail.com or sending it to us on Twitter at thesedemondayz or our Facebook. Doesn't matter which one. Send us the proof that you've given us a review so we can read the nice words you had to say, and we'll send a sticker your way. It's just that simple. And now, back to the show.
Friends, fiends! Meeting in an underground tavern built into an old mining shaft wasn't how I expected to spend this evening. But hey, that's fantasy for you. Anyway, let's get y'all caught up with the story so far. Our heroes embarked on a bit of a fetch quest to retrieve the missing construct parts and found themselves ambushed by Umber Hulks. They defeated them without too much trouble, and we pick up right as they start exploring the rest of the cavern system. What's in store for our horny heroes? Who's to say? In these unpredictable Demon Dayz.
Yeah, okay. So if you go to the edge and you see that about 30 feet down, you think at first that there's no ground because it's just dark. But then as you adjust to you see a faint glow, a faint reddish glow that gives you context around it, and it's just darkened stone or some kind of obsidian or something. That gave you that initial thought of like, oh, it's a huge chasm. No, it's about 30 feet down, just a sheer rock face. And you see, a glowing, rather large reddish stalagmite that, to you, Yusuf, reminds you of something vaguely. It almost looks kind of like that gem thing you saw up there, further back a little bit north to where you are now.
This one's glowing red.
Yeah.
Yusuf, what are we looking at?
Hey, Taz.
Uh-huh.
Can you come here for a sec?
Oh, boy. Walk over.
Just kind of point and the hell do you think that is?
Arcana, John?
You can do it. It's a pretty low DC, so go ahead.
19.
Yeah, it looks like a Scaril gem, a much larger version of what you just saw here on this secondary mining level, but glowing faint red. And as you kind of look at it, you get the distinct impression that it's filled, not an empty gemstone.
Filled with blood.
So that has blood in it, or a soul, or what?
Oh, no, it's filled with blood. It has been charged, and it is bursting.
Oh, fantastic.
Like a detonator.
So, what do we just fly it around the room till it tits out like the ship does, or what?
No, it needs to be directed. The power source, the whatever. Otherwise, it just kind of sits there.
Okay. So if I look straight up, John, if I lean out and look up, can I see, were it to be a column of light that shot upward to a higher level, would there be anything, is there a tube? Is there a place that it would go through?
No. In fact, the ceiling there isn't very high from where you guys are standing.
Right.
And as you as you look with your higher perception, you do notice that it's not aimed or pointed or so fine like you may have seen other things pointing up through a prism.
Right.
It's just a growth. And Feder, you notice this compared to the others, just because of the high perception, that off to the side, just off in the periphery near the dark, are some bodies, robed bodies, just off to the side.
Like down at the bottom. So they've been like midsommaring themselves at this thing? Like they've been hurling their bodies towards the...
Yeah. You get the impression that maybe a climb down didn't work so well. Which, if you relay that to everyone else, that could explain, Taslan, to you why there is blood in it.
Right.
Because it just absorbed all the blood from the bodies of...
From those idiots, yeah.
And
Yeah.
right. And so as I can see down, it's like, it's not like a carved pillar or whatever. It's just literally just coming forth from the ground, right? It hasn't been carved and set.
Yep.
It looks like those dum-dums charged it up accidentally by falling into that hole. That is very weird and unfortunate, but that's also...
That's
a lot of power just sitting down there waiting to get kicked off.
Yeah, but that's not how it normally works, right, Taz? Like, you have to focus and put it into it. It doesn't just leach from you, does it?
Nope. You don't have to focus to put energy in it at all. You just cut yourself and bleed on it. What you have to focus on is the energy essentially giving
The
it
intention,
direction.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it just sits here like it is now.
Because Lisa would cut herself, put it on the staff, and then we'd say an infernal open or close, and then something would happen. But because you can charge that knife, right? We can feed it, charge it, and then use it to do something, correct? Mm-hmm. All right, cool. So yeah, this thing's just a fucking powder keg that's just sitting down there waiting to get tapped. But it's good to know it's here, I suppose. Any hoozle, remember that they're not going to find a bunch of altar parts that we told them were there very soon. So may I suggest onward and upward? I mean, do we want to go back the way we came and go north? Do we want to try to sneak around the cathedral now and hope those other parts materialize elsewhere? What do you think?
I feel like that's a good plan, also just because we need to go south of the cathedral. So
we should check the other end of that hallway then?
Yes.
Is what you're saying? Or do we want to get around the hallway first?
Well, we need to go past the cathedral, so yes. I'd go back towards the cathedral if we're wanting to find the Titan. I wouldn't necessarily maybe stop off, find some gems. What is this? I go over to this one little spot that we haven't checked out down here.
yeah, that was my next stop on the way out.
Yeah.
What spot are you looking at? Here, hold on.
The only black spot that's left on the map for us right here.
That was down. We'd have to go back up and then down.
Yeah.
Yeah, where you are right now, Taslan, there's only wall, cave, like rock
Just wall?
wall.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll climb back up and then go around towards that thing and acrobatics my way down to that little platform.
Yeah, I'll hoof this wall as well, and then I'll come up this way. Just because we haven't been through this side, just in case there's anything here.
Okay. As far as Yusuf, the climbing up that rock wall on your end, going up around, just do a strength athletics check. Yeah.
19.
Good.
I go down into where the cavern with all the little gems are, the smaller veins.
Okay. Do, as you're climbing down, just a general dex, not save, but a check. Because
13.
Yeah, you're fine. The ladder is fine. There's parts of the rungs that are incomplete or broken, and it's just a matter of finding the right weight. So you know that it's not exactly to be trusted, and so, yeah, you're fine there. And for you guys climbing down, you get to the edge of that rock face, and you see about a 30-foot drop down. It's pretty sheer, so you would need to find some way to like rope yourself or climb down.
I got some rope. Yusuf, you just want to belay me down there?
Yeah, sure.
All right. So first, Taslan, you get down there and you see all those blue dots, all those gems as you get down there. More scaril gemstones just growing naturally among some other there is one. Do an investigation check.
19? Wait, hold on. Yeah, 19.
You almost miss it amongst the scaril gemstones as you dig through, but there is a small pocket of diamond just past it a little bit, wedged in there. You almost miss it on the reflection of the scaril gemstones, but there's a little bit of diamond right there. The other yellow gems are more of those tiger eye that aren't nearly as valuable. So you conjecture from this that no one knew what to do with these scaril things. they didn't seem to have any anything that they knew what to do with. Tiger Eye, fine, but they were starting to pick at whatever this diamond was and where that might have led.
I'll take out my little boot dagger and pry whatever diamonds and loose Girl gems out that I can, put them in my bag of holding, and hoof it back out.
Okay. Just for sake of finesse, do a dex check on the diamond as you're working on it, because some work has already been done on it, but you just want to make sure that you're not going to, that you have as clean a cut through as you can.
18.
Perfect. You're able to get it out without any trouble. No cracking, no scratching. A pretty good carve.
That was very close because it almost went to the 3, which would have been fun.
That would have been very bad. So Taslin, you have a uncut, rough, unformed, undesigned diamond piece. And Feder and Yusuf, you guys belayed him down. And Feder, the first thing you see at the bottom of this drop is a slightly shimmering sphere that is speckled with tiny pinholes all around it. You also notice all around it some splatters and splashes and discoloration. Since it's pretty dark down here, you're using some dark vision, so your assumption is blood, but you're not seeing much of color other than just that shimmery green, and you see a little bit of blood around it. So yeah, you're able to piece it together. And yeah, the orb is just sitting there neatly on the ground.
Great.
What do you got?
Well, got a weird little orb here, bunch of blood around it.
Oh, good. It's not the ball from Phantasm, is it?
Yeah, that's it's got a bunch of dental tools that poke out of it and flies around. No,
leave it. We're going home.
Anywho, how big around is it, John?
I would say about
baseball, basketball, bigger.
A little bit smaller than a soccer ball, I'd say.
All right. I'm going to take my suit jacket off and try to make scoop it up without touching it. So I can take it up and have Taz look at it. Tie it into a little bindle.
Toss it up. I'll put it in the pouch.
All right, so I'll hold that in one hand. I'll give the rope 2 tugs in the other, and then have Yusuf help kind of pull me out.
Cool. And yeah, you guys are back on the main floor of this delve.
Taz. Mm-hmm. Mystery magic orb. Want to check it out?
Sure.
All right, I'll open the bindle and kind of just lay it out on the floor for her to look at without really. Without touching it.
John, what's this?
That is some coil, a chain coil that is attached to a rock. So it looks like you could unspool it and climb down from it.
Can I see what's down there now with dark vision?
Sure, yeah. With dark vision, let me just make sure you can see a little ways. It's about 50 down.
50, 50?
50, yeah, 50 down. You can see just a little bit past that, and it looks like it's more of they're mining delve, we're taking this route, see what it yields. So there might be more gemstones down there. You can't really tell.
Is this worth checking out?
I'm sorry, what is this?
Just kind of point at the hole in front of me with the chain.
The chain into a hole?
Mm-hmm. Looks like it's about 50 feet or so.
Well, we can go do what I just did. Taz, you want to look at this ball, and I'll fucking go dangle down this hole again?
Sure. On it.
All right. Well, no time like the present. Maybe there's some robot legs down here, and I'll
C-3PO.
I'll start to kind of climb down the hole.
Okay. Yeah, it's not too difficult. The chains are sturdy, not too rusty, and the post that they're attached to hold you well.
Yeah. Is this enough that I can kind of Van Damme my legs out in this hole, or?
Yeah.
Yeah. If I needed to.
Yeah, if anything, for at least the first 20, you end up bumping your back a little bit against some rock.
Sure.
But then it clears out, it gives you a little bit of a ceiling to work with, so you can do a little bit more acrobatics if you need.
Yeah. Okay.
And then, yeah, off to the far distance, you see more stalagmites and various gem growth. And they're not a skirl, but let me pull up what they are. Okay. They're kind of a soft, yellowish gem, a lot more smooth than jagged. Mm-hmm. And if you want to do, let's see, I'm trying to think what kind of check I'd have you do. Maybe nature.
Okay. Guys, remember appraisal? Remember when that was a skill? Sorry.
Essentially.
My old man gamer is showing. You said nature?
Yeah.
Sure. Hey, not bad on the die. 19.
Judging from the way it looks and your vague jack of all trades knowledge through gemstones and mining and things like that, it sounds like it's a yellow sapphire. Probably could be appraised at a good maybe 1K gold.
All right. Well, fuck. I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna pocket it.
But it similarly is big. It's similarly big to the other growth that's like 5 foot, 4 foot. Like
it's a fucking
big thing.
I mean, you can fit a lot of things in your pocket, but that'll definitely make people think that you're happy to see them.
Sure.
Yeah. So this is like growth. Like it's growth. Like it's a big vein.
All right.
So they struck.
Would you say it's the main vein, John?
Yes.
Thank you, Tony. I appreciate you deeply. Well, what can I with one of my daggers? What can I try to find a place to like pick off a chunk of this thing? You know?
Sure. Do similarly to what Taslan did for finesse on this.
Yeah, like a dexterity check.
Yeah.
Would you say it's a sleight of hand check, John?
Yeah, you can throw that in there if you want.
Okay. 17.
17?
Yeah.
Not bad. You get be able to chip off maybe about, I would say, maybe eraser size, like maybe 4 or 5 eraser size chunks from the actual vein itself. Mm-hmm. Before it starts to blunt not blunt the knife, but start to resist a bit.
Right.
And you don't want to do too much pressure on it. So with that, you get a few. Those might not appraise exactly to 1,000. Right. It's so small, but it all just depends on where you take it. They do definitely have some good value to them.
Cool. Yeah. I'll climb back up, again, trying to bounce around a little bit on the wall, kind of wall walk style. And
oh, yeah.
And be like, yeah, I got some yellow sapphire. Worth a little bit of money if we go somewhere. But that's it. It's just a big pillar of gems. This thing's fucking just gem central.
I got 25 for Arcana to find out what this ball is. Actually, 24, sorry. 19 plus 5.
As you look it over and try to go through your Arcana knowledge, there's the basic crystal balls that you normally experience, and then people have gone with that motif before and used them for other purposes, whether that be with modular devices or traps or pranks or things like that, or prisons. It could be any of those. It's hard to tell just by looking at it. You see those pinholes in there. It could just be something that's a harmless trap that could poke you, or, you're bleeding a little bit, but it has an otherness to it that gives you some pause. You do know, though, as you brush around it, you even take some of Fetter's coat and just run around it, that it feels pleasurable to the touch, and not just like nice or hot or warm. It feels nice. It feels really good. You almost enjoy kind of touching it, even through that fabric. But other than that,
almost like it's alluring.
Yeah.
God, I want to touch it.
So Taz, what do we got?
It's a ball that feels good. I'm not entirely sure what it is.
Like insertable, or what do you think? Sorry.
My God.
I mean, I don't think it'll fit me, if that's what you're saying.
Big
soup
deep breaths.
of the day?
Big deep breaths. No. So is it magic? Is it puzzle?
It's
ball?
certainly magic. I'm gonna actually, with my bare finger, not my whole hand, just my finger. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna touch the surface of it.
I'm gonna move closer to them and pull out my sword.
Okay. You start to touch it with your finger, and you're only touching it lightly, but you feel a slight touch your tip, almost in kind to your light touching it. And you sense that as you put more pressure on it, it pushes more pressure back. So you get a sense that if you were to fully fully push on it, you could stab yourself pretty good with it.
Okay.
But even still, as you put your finger on there, there's kind of a tingle that just kind of courses through you all over and feels really good.
This is not a good place to be.
Maybe,
I'm gonna need more time to figure this out. So I take my bag of holding and open it up and just kind of roll it in.
Boom, boom. Yep. Cool. And it goes in there.
Oy.
Great. I'm gonna take my jacket, shake it out, little prestidigipen to clean it up. So fuck around with that later then, I suppose.
Absolutely.
Let's get out of this fucking cave. What say we?
You want to send out the birds so we can see if we're walking into a party or not?
I can also sneak around up there too.
Yeah, why don't we let him do that?
You're a little bird shy these days. No offense. I mean, I'm happy to do it. But
I mean...
I say as I walk past her.
I can if you want to, but I'm blinded when that happens.
Right, but you're surrounded by all... whatever. And I'll just go ahead and, sneak up
You
this...
didn't like animals in the first place. I'm trying to spare you. Some exposure therapy here.
That's... whatever. That's an extracelestial shadow bird, which is slightly different. There's no fur or piss, which are the most offensive things about most animals.
Shenzo's extraterrestrial, too. He's a statue.
I'm going to make sure I put my cloak back on or my robe.
Yeah.
All right. And I'll just, when I get to the top of the stairs, sneak, dart around through the shadows.
Sure.
I suppose I should roll something for that.
Yeah, and you're planning on just sneaking your way up back that second set of stairs going back up to the main platform, just kind of looking over, or are you staying on this?
Yeah, I want to try to, and then, see around, kind of get up to the stairs, kind of poke around first to see what's on the landing or whom is on the landing. And then also if I can kind of peer back in through the dwarven market and kind of see what the vibe is in there.
Okay. Yeah, as you poke around and head up there as best you can, their perception is pretty low. You got the
22 is my stealth.
22?
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, you see just the two chain devils out there just lounging around at the fountain. You can't exactly tell what's going on, but it looks like there's also some cultists nearby, and they are kind of blocking your view of them. Mm-hmm. And you hear every now and then ugh.
And I'll just kind of, I'll move my way back to I don't know, same as it ever was. Chain devils are just kind of kicking back. There's some cultists over there, but it's not like they're tattling. No alarms seem to have gone off. Do you want to just, let's just head north then, yeah? To the other side of this, see what's down this way?
I mean, I guess.
Well, we don't want to go to the Titan?
I mean, here's the thing, right? That's what I was trying to say. Robot parts. We're missing a torso, we're missing some legs. We found the head. I mean, we've already found the head and the arms around this area here. I fear if we zip towards the Titan without maybe exploring some of these other places, we risk putting our little robot boy together. I could also just not give two red shits about that, and we could just try to sneak by these people. And
Sunny chimes in. Could we just ask them what the purpose of this fucking robot's for? If we actually need it, or if they were just doing them a stupid favor?
Well, as you can see, Sonny, I no longer look like the lieutenant that they were happy to converse with. So, and I can't really do that again until tomorrow.
Oh.
I mean,
so the three of you could try to go back there and make your case, and I could just try to not be seen at all.
Yeah.
You could say I fell down a fucking hole. I don't care.
That could work, or are you still working on it? You're still finding it and
I'm still looking for stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They seem to want this thing, and anything that they seem to want, I seem to want more, at least for the purposes of them not having it. Now, we have the core, which is probably the most important part, and we have half the parts. So, theoretically, they're not going to be able to put it together. But that also means neither can we.
Well,
I mean, the other thing is, is there perhaps, as we've seen the layers of this thing, another way? I believe your burden inherently that we're going to have to sneak past that cathedral, but perhaps there's another way.
I can send my bird ahead to check out what's north of here, or I'm perfectly happy to go and talk to our little horned friend again.
Why not send the bird and at least see what we're missing?
All right. I summon my bird.
Okay.
Out of my hand. I'm gonna go over here, closer to the stair, so I get more distance.
All right. And you're just gonna explore to the north.
Yeah, I can.
Down that northern set of stairs.
I can send it. 100 feet from me, and be able to see.
100 feet. Oh, yeah. That should be sufficient. Yeah, that'll be enough. So yeah, you send the bird out.
eyes glaze over.
And is anyone there?
Yay.
Yeah, I'll.
Yeah.
I mean, if Taz walks over there, I've got my hand on her shoulder.
The bird does its rounds. You see the stairs goes down a ways, and as it gets down there, you see a landing of stone that seems to just blend well with the lava. There's no real seam to it or edge. There's some stone platforming, and then it is lava. And you see a bunch of interconnected paths and some smaller islands that are a bit more spacious. And all through them you see charred and burnt skeletons and skulls and bones and manacles and things like that as your bird makes its round. And just from that alone and the way everything is placed, you almost get the sense that this is a prison of sorts. Mm-hmm. Like a prison with no walls that you either just melt and sweat your life away or you burn yourself by falling in. So it looks like a particularly cruel type of prison. But the thing that does stand out to you is you notice a few creatures nested toward the far northwest end. And they're very lizard-like with 8 legs, and they seem to be resting one on top of the other and just nestled in. And you can even hear a slight strumming in their throat.
Does my raven see anything shiny?
As a matter of fact, yes. Within them, nestled around them, or them on it, you see sticking out a shiny torso.
Well, torso's that way. Lizard thingies that apparently like the heat are on top of it. So we are going to have to dispatch of them to be able to get this torso.
Lizard thingies? What do they look like?
8 legs. At a 17 survival, would I know what they are, John?
There's no way Yusuf knows what they are. Unless I roll a 20. Nope. 9.
Are they basilisks?
Yes. To answer your question, you recognize them as basilisks. They are lizard-like with almost a dragony front maw with bright eyes and scales that point back every which way from their back, their forehead to their tail, and just their skin just ripples as they rest. And the only way I can describe this is, you know when you have cats that sit on your goddamn electronics, or maybe that's just me. All of them, every single one of them. If there's a remote controller or an Xbox controller, they're just their torso is on it. This one, the far north basilisk's rump is just resting on the metallic piece and slightly elevated on it as it's resting its head on the other one, and they are just in a very comfortable but elevated nap.
It's 2 basilisks sitting on top of this thing.
It sounds unpleasant. But they look like, at least in some ways, big dumb lizards. Theoretically, is there a way where we distract them, real or imaginary, off of that thing, and I try to zip around, scoop that thing up, and get back here without us necessarily fully engaging with them? What do we think? Anyone got a stunny, illusion-y, make a big noise? I mean, we can all make a big noise, right? We all can do a little bit of racial thaumaturgy.
John,
hoogity boogity.
Would I know if the arm that I have in the bag folding from the dinner table that we were at earlier would be of interest to them?
What was that survival? Or
17.
What was that you rolled before? 17? You're not entirely sure. Like, you at least know enough about the basilisk and some of its unfortunate ways it deals with its prey, but not necessarily if it's choosy about its prey. Probably, because I mean the arm that you have is human, and they have preyed on human or humanoid forms before. So yeah, I mean you could make a good guess, an educated guess about that.
We give him a rumble. Yusuf, you can't get that moose down in here and have him chase him around or anything, can you?
No.
I mean, we have the arm.
Yeah, it's like,
you know, like a dog.
They're gonna be done with that in like 2 seconds. I don't know, but like no shadowy darkness, anything like that. Fog cloud.
We have darkness, but
Yeah, Taz has darkness. She uses it all the time.
Right, so we get them off their perch, one way or the other, right? Couple feet, drop the darkness trap on them. They at least flail around. I move fast, like real fast, and try to just get in and get out. If they chase us back up the stairs and don't stop, we run them right into that fucking middle of the market and let everybody tussle. You know what I mean? and then we try to keep going. How's that sound?
It would be better.
Oh, I like that
It
plan.
would be better for if I were to use my darkness, and I'm a little reluctant to do that since I won't be able to I'll only have one more big caster thing left.
Sure. Look, I get
But
it.
it would be better if it was cast on me, because I at least could move with it, see with it, while they couldn't. However, if I dropped it on them, they could just run out. They could just run willy-nilly until they found the end of it and be free of it.
Right, but they're big dumb beasties, and that might buy me enough time to get it and get out. Like, I can move fast. If I'm doing nothing but moving, and I'm saying that and out of character, I mean, I've got
90 feet, right?
essentially 90 feet, you know, I can
Right.
get in and I can,
But short of me dropping it on them right now where they're at, there's no guarantee they're going to stay together to where I can put them both in the darkness.
right. That's what I'm saying. We gotta get them off the perch somehow. We gotta bait them off the perch. Step 1. Step 2, get them in the darkness or confused or whatever. As soon as that happens, I go. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Like, what do we have do we have anything? Can you make like a bunch of fucking chickens or something, Druid?
I was just going to say I have
Summon a bunch of goddamn animals or something?
there's two options, and I'm going to ask for your wisdom, all yours wisdom on this. The first one is I could maybe use my one polymorph on one of the basilisks to make it look like a prey, and then they attack each other, giving Feta the time he needs to get in there. Or I can try to speak with animals and risk a conversation going south, and then having to use polymorph anyway.
It's just talk to the basilisk. I mean, do we
I could try.
Do we have something else? Do we think they like the shiny? Do we have anything else shiny? I mean, I got these goddamn sapphires.
Question: Who do any of you know anything about basilisks? Like these creatures? I don't know a whole lot.
Other than the fact of what they are, what else would I have known from my role, John?
You would know that one of the things that make them a particularly nasty hunter in general is that it can gaze upon its prey as long as they're looking at it. And you've heard tell some people being unfortunate enough to be within that and turning into stone. You haven't seen it up close or in person or seen any proof of it. You've read about it, but that is the legend around them, that there is they can attempt to petrify their prey.
Do they have to be able to see you? Or is it
Yes.
just like...
They have to be able to see you to petrify you.
So dome of darkness around them, eh?
Well, I guess my point is Taz wanted to cast it on herself. She can see in the darkness, but they can't. So if they looked at her but didn't see her, would she still be affected by it, is my question.
No, I wouldn't.
No, they wouldn't. Because unless they only have dark vision, they don't have true sight, so I think you would know that on your roll, that they don't have any way to see through magical darkness. This might help you too, Tazlin. Just pushing the limits of the roll you did, you know that they're not very fast. If you do the math, they don't go very far in a given turn.
They're slow.
I had some smoke grenades, some ball bearings. I'm ready to get weird here.
I feel like if we were to use my darkness, then it would just be better for me to try and go in with it on me and steal it out from under them, considering they couldn't see me. Otherwise, I don't feel like darkness would be helpful in any other way.
So John, what you're saying is the pathway and the lava are on the same level? Like there isn't like a wall or anything. It would all be open view for the basilisk.
Yeah.
Open view, yes.
It's like the lava has hardened into that pathway.
The pathways.
Yeah.
The idea being, just based off of what you saw and what she relayed to you, it's supposed to be a very torturous sort of prison to burn, to melt, to sweat, to be just completely uncomfortable the entire time of their duration. And you get the idea that no one is coming back from prison. That's not the goal of this.
I mean, yeah, I'm happy to, you know what I mean? Go in, make some noise, give them the runaround. And, you know, if I get in there, if I can sneak in there, make the noise, and then I'm running away from them, moving quick, I'm not going to look at them. You know what I mean? Taz sneaks around after they're chasing me.
I guess that's my point. There's not really a way to sneak. There's nothing to hide behind. It's just flat. And either you step wrong and you fall in the lava, or you don't. There's nothing to hide behind. It's just
the point
open.
is that their distraction is somewhere else.
Yeah, Yusuf, hiding isn't always just putting your body behind something. You know what I mean? Like, being sneaky is about not being seen. It's about not drawing attention to yourself. You know what I mean? Like, there are ways to do it. I do it all the time.
Okay.
I'm just saying. Or we fuck off, we never have the robot, and whatever. And then when we come to a big robot-shaped key in the door before we get to the Titan, we go, oh well, I don't know. I'm happy to entertain other plans here.
I can always call out Shenzo again.
Yeah, fucking give him let the fucking fey creature give him the runaround. He'll have a fun little jog. You know what I mean? You or I dip in, dip out. Bob's your fucking uncle. If they chase us up the stairs, we run them right through the market. We use the distraction to keep going. I don't know. I'm just spitballing, or otherwise we're just fucking staring at our dicks and a torso that's not in our hands.
Let's have Shenzo get him off the pad, and you can go in and get the torso, I guess. Give that a try.
Maybe ready to drop that darkness on him?
Shenzo Fetter, back again.
Yeah. Shenzo appears.
I mean, I see myself putting a lot of my ass out on here. We can just fucking walk away. I'm just trying to solve a problem at the moment. If you two aren't interested in this thing at all, then let's fucking stop pissing about and leave.
No, I'm interested. I'm just...
All I'm hearing from you, Yusuf, is a bunch of like, this isn't gonna work. So if it's not, then let's just go.
I feel like they have line of sight to the staircase, and the only sneaking we're going to be able to do is while their eyes are shut. So if that's the case...
Sneaking doesn't have to do with them hiding behind something, Yusuf. It has everything to do with them just not paying attention to you.
Right.
Also, as a clarifying point out of character too, it's also involved in the role, but like you have to see, like you both have to see each other. They can't look at you and just turn you into stone. It's similar to something like what you were dealing with the Umbers below.
Look, part of my skill set with my eye for detail stuff is I can see things that are hidden, and I can track things that are invisible without necessarily looking directly at them. It's part of the thing that I do. So I can always give that a try. And if I turn into a fucking statue, just, make me pretty. That's all I ask. I don't know. I'm just trying to solve problems.
You and Shenzo are the two fastest moving people out of all of us. So Shenzo can go in, move them away, and then you can grab the torso and...
Right. So, maybe I take the left path, right? And hug up against there. Shinzo tries to pull them right. I try to go in, grab it, and book out.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right, fuck it.
Sounds
He'll
good to
go
me.
right, you go left, and then we'll just infinity it. As you come out, you'll go right, he'll go left.
And then worst case scenario, we're all ready to run straight through the market, yeah? Let's just get this out of the way. When we get to the market, do we want to see what's on the other side, on the east side of this whole compound, or do we just want to book it right past the chapel?
I think if we have them on our tail, it would be not really an option for us to just run across.
Yeah, but they're going to run right into those demons and all of the cultists that are in the market. You know what I mean? And we'll have a place to go on the other side. Like, I'm fine for popping some popcorn and watching the fucking Basilisk Chain Devil free-for-all. I'm happy to,
Assuming
you know what I mean?
They don't have them already trained as pets, I think.
Sure, possibly.
Us just having the option, just the plan to go into that room is where to go for now. And
all right. Well, when shit goes south and fast, I'm going to be moving, and I'm going to be way out in front of the rest of you. So I just want us to all know where we're going when I'm coming out the other side of there, and they're on my tail. I'd rather us figure that out now, so I don't have to stop and have a conversation with you all once I get to the top of these stairs again.
well, assuming that they are attached and attracted to Shenzo can just poof back into his material plane when you're out of the room.
All right. Fuck it.
All right, let's do it.
And I'll start sneaking down the stairs.
Sure. Let's do some rolls for some sneaky sneaks.
Okay.
Kind of lean over to Taslin as soon as they start leaving. I'm like, are basilisks fireproof?
Not fireproof, but
Oh, that's
they're
not great.
certainly resistant. They like the fire.
First one's a 9. I rolled a 2. How exciting.
Ooh, 9. All right. So what is Shenzo? Roll some stealth for Shenzo as well, as you guys make your way down there.
15.
Okay. I have to share this just because I rolled for both of them, thinking that at least one would notice anything happening, but the Basilisk 1 rolls a 1.
Yeah. Fuck them.
Basilisk 2 also
Yes.
rolls a 1. Those fuckers are asleep, sound asleep. So
They're
you guys,
snoring.
your rolls are fine. You guys are doing well.
Okay.
And as you guys get down, you reach the ground as you're traveling forward and sneaking. Feder, the ground is hot. You feel it through your shoes. It's not
My nice Italian loafers.
right. It's not enough to cause you damage.
Right.
But you stand in one place for too long, and you might start considering that might be a problem.
Sure.
So you get the sense that movement down here is key.
It's like being on fire.
It's a good thing we're heat resistant as a race. All right.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna get to halfway to that little pad, and then I am going to wait for Shinzoban to run in and hook east and try to get him out of
Okay,
there.
yeah. Shenzo gives him a look kind of over his shoulder, moves forward.
Okay.
Yeah, like does his roar in their face. And I guess he'll try and claw attack one of them.
Pounce and shove one in the lava.
I don't know. Well, yeah, we'll do that. We'll try this. He'll do a run and
Fucking
pounce.
bull rush one. Right into the wall. Right into the lava.
Because the Basilisks rolled low, they're last.
Okay.
Shenzoban first, Feder second. And yeah, Shenzoban does his first thing, and that is...
Yeah, when Feder was ready, he ran, pounced. One of them needs to make a strength check.
Okay. 9?
Nope. Okay, so he's closet does like a claw. That is a 17 to hit.
Yeah, 17
and
hits.
15.
15 hits.
Okay. 8 and 11. So 19 points of damage.
Okay. On 19 across them both, or just the one?
No, just one. Just one. But he
19.
roars when he does that. So the second that he did that, he roars claw, and then he's gonna move backwards, see if he gets their attention.
Well, no, he's supposed to go that way.
It automatically did it. I can't drop him in a specific square. He just automatically bounces somewhere. Yes.
okay.
He's gonna go the opposite way of you, don't worry.
Okay.
And then after he does that, Feder, if there's anything else you have to do...
I'm waiting for them to move.
Okay.
And my plan is going to be to hop this the narrowest point of the lava onto their pad, acrobatics my way over there, and then grab that thing and then run straight out the middle.
Okay.
So that would have been a surprise round for them.
Right. So they only had a chance to basically wake up and react and turn around before it shines up on again.
Okay, Shenzo's gonna go running this way. Away on the opposite pad of Feder. And he's still making noises.
Okay.
Oh wait, he would have gone, hold on. He would have made it there.
That far? Okay. And the other one is going to do the same, but obviously they're so big, and it even tries to skirt around it, but burns its feet a little bit. Takes a little bit of damage there. And yeah, they can't move very far. Shenzoban's turn is next again, so he's able to get some distance
Yeah,
on
he
this.
gets over to that point, that far point, and stops. Just still trying to move them away from Feder.
Yeah, I'm gonna crouch down and let them get a little bit farther away before I go.
This one manages to get up to him at least.
Okay. So, John, what I want to be doing, again, as I held my turn and let it go, I want to use my eye for detail to, like, really lock in on that torso.
Sure.
So, do you want me to roll that?
Yeah, that should be fine.
Okay. It's a 25. So I see it in their little nest. I can clock it and...
Mm-hmm. And as far as, like, them reaching, the one that was closest to Shenzaban tries to attempt to bite. 8?
No.
Okay. It just nips at it, and Shenzaban's too fast. The other one is too big behind him and can't do much either. So Shenzaban's turn again.
Okay. And
then Feder right after.
So Shenzo very pointedly looks at Feder and starts moving this way.
The whole way there?
They have a long way to turn. They're very focused on him, so...
Right, and she narrowed them into a single file.
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, Feder, you're up.
Boom. I'm gonna hop that lava, so I'm sure you're gonna want acrobatics for that.
Yep.
Okay. Try not to fuck this up. This would be great if I didn't. Okay, I was gonna say, where the fuck is my acrobatics? Oh my god, it's a natural 20. So that's 24.
You do it with style.
What a time to do it. So I'm just like a little like side kip, just like woof, like over top there. Cool. Do I have it, John? Have I scooped it up?
Yes.
Okay, so that was 25 feet to jump and pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've got another, let's see what, 65? Am I doing the math right? Yes.
Well, if you probably used your action to pick it up, though, right?
That's an action to scoop it up?
Scooping it up, I'd say bonus, if anything.
Sweet. All ass.
I mean, come on. Okay, so if it's a bonus action, a free action to pick up an item. Anyway,
because it also is a torso, so it is.
Yeah, I didn't know how bulky it is, so.
Yeah, the bulkiness of it, I would actually give it a bonus action.
All right, so then I lose, 30 feet? Okay, fine, so I'm there on my turn.
Cool, and the Basilisks continue to try and chase Shenzaban.
There, for the listener at home, means I've run in, I scoop it up, and I run this straight back down the middle aisle, and I'm almost at the steps in that one quick turn. Rogue shit, baby!
And Shenzo's still doing a figure 8 to keep them off of you.
Okay, not even. Doesn't quite reach. The Basilisk can't quite reach Shenzaban just yet. He's close enough for them to almost get to him. Like he's pulling perfect aggro on these Basilisks, and they're hissing at him and trying to nip at him if they can. But Shenzaban's turn again.
He's gonna move into Claw just to keep the extra attention.
Mm-hmm.
Nat 20.
Nice.
So 24. So let's see. Woo! And I rolled an 8 on a d8. So that's 16, 20 points of damage.
Oh, wow. Takes a huge chunk out of this basilisk.
So makes another really loud as he claws at him. And then we're going to take the opportunity attack thing and move away.
Okay.
Just so he can keep their attention away from Feder.
Yep, and as a point of clarification, first, it only rolled a 4, so it swipes. A lot of the damage is even in that arm, just most of it's hanging by a thread. There's not much left to this basilisk. And considering that Shenzaban is ethereal, out there versed, it wouldn't have looked at them directly. But there was a chance where it could have fallen under the gaze. But
yeah,
I would assume an ethereal panther, magical panther.
He has enough intelligence.
Yeah. But as a point of clarification, I might, with the verbiage, get crafty with that. Anyways, it still follows. They're still very much in aggro with it, leaving us with Feder.
Fantastic. 90 feet, baby. So I just blow past the top of the stairs.
Yeah, and at this point, it's pretty easy to tell. I just wanted to time it out just because of how intricate some of the beginning was.
Oh, sure.
But yeah, Feder, you've made it back. Shenzaban is going to be able to run circles around them. So
and I'm just like...
It's up to you what you want to do.
Oh, fuck. Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, that was... I think I peed a little. Okay, here. And I just like hold the torso out to Yusuf. There you go. And I pat him on the shoulder. Don't say I never got you nothing.
Right.
Okay.
I'll put this in the bag. Also, what do we do with Shenzo? Is he all right?
Shenzo's gonna run back to their little pad where they were napping and just wait for them.
Okay, so they get about there, and then that's about around.
Yep.
They get toward that middle aisle, and then they go from the middle aisle and scurry over to where Shenzobon is. The main one, the one that's hanging on barely, it's slowed down a bit. So I would even give it another round of it trying to struggle to get to, like, it's trying to get to that bastard, that fucking panther, and swipe at it.
Okay.
And yeah, he reaches Shenzobon with enough time for Shenzobon to do almost two different things.
Shenzo's just gonna, like,
Disappear.
lower down on his haunches a little bit and wait for both of them. He wants both of them there.
Okay. The frontmost Basilisk has enough sense, at least, to give its pal enough of an opening to slide in there, even though the figures aren't working the way I quite want them to. They both get in and get to Shenzobon and are ready to attack.
Okay, he's gonna...
But it gives you a chance to do one more thing.
He's gonna sit there and wait for them to pounce on him, and then he's gonna poof back to the ethereal plane.
All right, yeah. The angered, aggroed Basilisk attempts to open its mouth wide, its jaw wide, and clamp on it, and
Sparkly dust.
And they are very confused, but otherwise none the wiser to what you folks are up to on your platform to the south of this prison.
See, easy peasy. Okay.
Told you that cat really helps.
It was unpleasant. It was unpleasant down there.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna loosen my tie for a second, pop the top button, and be like, okay. Woo!
You did great.
Yes. So, now the fun part. Do we go east, across the market, maybe try to sneak across past those chain boys, and try to find the fucking legs to this thing? Or do we just ignore the other half of this, dwarven whatever, and just sneak past the cathedral? But my weird video game brain tells me that it's probably on the other side.
John, your face. It's like, yes, go to the other side.
Pay no attention to someone who has spent 30-some years just absorbing video game logic.
Well, we can just caravan like cultists across. Maybe you can hide, or we'll pretend you're a prisoner or something.
I'll try to, I don't know, maybe, why don't I hang back and then try to just use the stalls and shit as cover to try to sneak around. And again, are we going to the other side? Are we going through?
I can go chat them up and distract
What are you
them.
going to tell? What are you going to tell her? Sorry,
Yeah, we can go to the other side. Might as well at this point.
You just tell them I'm dead. I don't know, or I'm still down there. Whatever. I trust you.
You were called away. Totally. They don't need to know.
Okay. Good luck, everyone. I'm gonna wait here until I feel like you've got them distracted enough that I could go.
So again, are we going across or are we going south?
Going across.
Okay.
I mean, now I want to put this goddamn thing together. But at the beginning, I didn't really give a shit, but now we're almost there. The goddamn Skinner box, but whatever.
Another piece of Morden construct found and retrieved, and all it took was some rogue shit and help from an ethereal panther. Look, you'd do anything you could to avoid basilisks too, if you knew what right bastards they were. Anyway, I think it's time for me to get some fresh air. Tell you what, let's do this above ground next time, eh? And I'll tell you all you want to know and more about these Demon Dayz.
Lay me down on a bed of roses. Sorry.
And in a bed of rock at this point. But lay me down on a bed of rock. Yes, Drew, there is still milk left.
What?
Thanks.
What?
The orb of milk apparently
He
is.
just texted me asking if there was milk left. And I
My
I
God.
thought of Sam with her with the running thing of her
man.
milk.
Next time we meet together in person, we're all just gonna have milk with our
She
session.
will cry.
It'll be a huge photo op. Great.